Alright guys, so in this problem, I have x minus 1 squared is equal to x squared. So to solve this, I actually have two different methods of solving this problem. So for method 1, I'm going to start by rewriting x minus 1 squared as x minus 1 times x minus 1, and I have this is equal to x squared. And now, x minus 1 times x minus 1, let's go ahead and expand this. So x times x is x squared, x times negative 1 is negative x. Now I'm going to distribute the negative 1. Negative 1 times x is negative x, and negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. So this is equal to x squared. Now I can subtract x squared on both sides. So then these two cancel out, and these two cancel out. So now I have negative x minus x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now negative x minus x is negative 2x. So I have negative 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Meaning now I can add 2x on both sides. So then these two cancel out, and I get 2x is equal to 1. Meaning x is equal to 1/2. Now, my second method for solving this problem if I have something in the form a squared minus b squared, this is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So our equation is x minus 1 squared is equal to x squared. So I can actually subtract x squared on both sides. So now I have x minus 1 squared minus x squared is equal to 0. And now notice how this is in the form a squared minus b squared. A is x minus 1 and b is x. So now I have x minus 1 plus x times x minus 1 minus x is equal to 0. So x minus 1 plus x, that's the same thing as 2x minus 1 times x and negative x, these two cancel out, so negative 1 is equal to 0. So now if I divide both sides by negative 1, these two cancel out, and I get 2x minus 1 is equal to 0, meaning 2x is equal to 1, and x is equal to 1/2. That's my second method. Alright, so in this problem, I have x minus 3 to the power 4 is equal to x to the power 4. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract x to the power 4 on both sides. So then these two cancel out, and now I have x minus 3 to the power 4 minus x to the power 4 is equal to 0. Now, I'm going to rewrite this as x minus 3 squared to the power of 2 minus x squared to the power of 2 is equal to 0. And if I have something in the form a squared minus b squared, this is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So this is going to equal x minus 3 squared plus x squared times x minus 3 squared minus x squared is equal to 0. And now this is the same thing as x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus x squared times x squared minus 6x plus 9 minus x squared is equal to 0, because I just expanded x minus 3 squared. So now I'm going to simplify this to 2x squared minus 6x plus 9 times negative 6x plus 9 is equal to 0. So now this gives me two equations. I have 2x squared minus 6x plus 9 is equal to 0, and negative 6x plus 9 is equal to 0. So for negative 6x plus 9 equals 0, I get 9 is equal to 6x, and x is equal to 9 over 6, which is equal to 3 over 2. So this is one solution of x. Now for 2x squared minus 6x plus 9, I have to use the quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So in this case, a is 2, b is negative 6, and c is 9. So I get x is equal to negative of negative 6 plus or minus the square root of negative 6 squared, which is 36, minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is 9, all over 2a, so 2 times 2. And now this is equal to positive 6 plus or minus the square root of 36 minus 8 times 9 is 72, all over 4, which is equal to 6 plus or minus the square root of negative 36 over 4, which is equal to 6 plus or minus the square root of 36i over 4, which is equal to 6 plus or minus 6i over 4. And if I divide everything by 2 over here, I get 3 plus or minus 3i over 2. So these are two more solutions. Alright, so in this problem, I have 8 to the power of x is equal to 80. So I'm going to first start by rewriting 80 as 8 times 10. So now I have 8 to the power of x is equal to 8 times 10. And now I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 8. So then these two cancel out, and I get 8 to the power of x over 8 is equal to 10. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m over a to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m minus n. So a to the power of x over 8, well, 8 is the same thing as a to the power of 1. So I get a to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 10. Now, 8 I can rewrite as 2 to the power of 3. So now I have 2 to the power of 3 to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 10. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So 2 to the power of 3 to the power of x minus 1, that's going to equal 2 to the power of 3 times x minus 1. And I can simply distribute the 3, so I have 3 times x plus 3 times negative 1. So 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. So I have 2 to the power of 3x minus 3 is equal to 10. Now I'm going to take the log on both sides, so I'll get log of 2 to the power of 3x minus 3 is equal to log of 10. And if I have something in the form log a to the power of b, I can move this exponent b to the front. So this is going to equal b times log a. So in this case, b is 3x minus 3. So if I move this to the front, I get 3x minus 3 times log 2 is equal to log 10. Now, log 10, that's actually equal to 1. So now I have 3x minus 3 times log 2 is equal to 1. Now, if I divide both sides by log 2, these two cancel out, and I get 3x minus 3 is equal to 1 over log 2. Now, if I add both sides by log 3, these two cancel out, so I get 3x is equal to 1 over log 2 plus 3. And 1 over log 2, that's the same thing as 1 over 0.301 plus 3, which is equal to 3.3223 plus 3. So I have 3x is equal to 6.3223, meaning x is equal to 2.1074. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to solve the equation x to the power of 3 minus 8 is equal to 0. So how most people solve this equation is they add 8 on both sides. So I get x to the power of 3 is equal to 8. And then they take the cube root on both sides. So the cube root of x to the power of 3 is x, and the cube root of 8 is 2. So then they get x equals 2. which is a solution to this equation, but actually there are more than one solution to this equation. So I'm going to rewrite my equation here, x to the power of 3 minus 8 equals 0. And now I'm going to rewrite 8 as 2 to the power of 3. So I get x to the power of 3 minus 2 to the power of 3 is equal to 0. And then now I'm going to use the formula a to the power of 3 minus b to the power of 3 is equal to a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. So in this case, this turned into x minus 2 times x squared plus 2x plus 4 is equal to 0. So now I get two equations. I get x minus 2 equals 0 and x squared plus 2x plus 4 equals 0. So for x minus 2 equals 0, I get x equals 2, which was a solution that we already got. But now see, on top of this, we have a whole nother equation with two more solutions because it's a quadratic equation. So to solve this, I'm going to use the quadratic formula. So I get negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 2 squared, which is 4, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 4, all over 2a, so 2 times 1. And this turns into negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 minus 16 over 2, which is equal to negative 2 plus or minus negative 12 over 2, which is equal to negative 2 plus or minus 12i over 2, which is equal to negative 1 plus or minus 6i. So these are the two more solutions to this equation.